the best in this sport. Whether you like it or not, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. Woo!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Georgia Players Section with Tavares King, Knowshon Moreno. I am Blaine Gilmer. Guys, it is a fun week for everybody. Cheers, cheers, as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen, we got the Masters this week. The TK is ready. He's got the glove on. Back to the high noon.
If you know, I am done.
Absolutely. It's great. It's a great week for sports fans out there. Listen, you got baseball still new and fresh. Still baseball now with the rules trying to be less boring, right? Trying to get some stuff going with the rule changes. You got the Masters. We got spring football going. So, TK, Knowshon, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, for sure. Whole bunch of good stuff. You just mentioned that baseball rule, bro. What you think about the little 8-second the batter box stuff? What you think about all that?
I think it's good to keep the game going. What do you think, Knowshon?
Well, I mean, yeah, I like the concept and the aspect that let's speed this game up, man. They'd be out there for like hours, 4 hours or something like that, maybe even more instances. But I honestly don't really understand it. You're gonna have to explain it to me, Blaine. I mean, is it when the pitcher gets the ball back or what? What is it?
Yeah, pitcher gets the ball back. They got
8 seconds, right?
It's thrown back. They got 15, I think 15 seconds when nobody's on base, 20 seconds when somebody is on base, something along those lines. And then, 8 seconds by the time the clock hits 8 seconds, the batter has to be ready to go or they get a strike called on them. So there's been a couple of things like that go on. So it's different. It's a little different out there, but you see our guy Andy Stowe here, big Braves fan. He says with the Braves with the sweep. So yeah, Atlanta off to a hot start. They're doing crazy stuff out there with Austin Riley, Acuna, all those guys over there. So it's exciting. And the state of Georgia seems to be the hub this week. You got Augusta National going on with the Masters. You got the Braves that'll be coming back into town soon. They did their sweep in Missouri and then of course Georgia spring practice, which we're going to touch on here in a minute. But guys, how excited are you to be breaking all this stuff down this week? It's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, bro. We got a lot of dogs in the Masters, and then spring practice has been going good. Got some updates there that we'll hit on later, as you mentioned. So I mean, it's gonna be a pretty good show.
Absolutely. If you enjoy the content that Knowshon and TK put out every week here on the UGASports YouTube channel, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. But guys, let's go ahead and I'm going to change into we got these new custom layouts now. We can do some different stuff around here. Going to talk a little bit about spring ball. And yesterday, Kirby Smart ran out Carson, Beck, and Brock Vandergriff out there to the media. And if you know anything about Kirby, typically it's only the same few guys, that they run out in front of the media. It's mostly who's going to be the most boring and won't say anything. I'm going to run them out there. That's typically what Kirby does. But I think it was almost a little chess match, a little gamesmanship on Kirby's part to say, hey, we got a QB competition going on. So I'm going to see how these two guys do in front of the media. So what were your guys' thoughts on, both quarterbacks that are really considered the two main threats for that QB1 position, getting to go out and speak to the media yesterday? You think Kirby's just testing them a little bit, see how they handle stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all of that. I think you're probably getting some good play from both quarterbacks. And it is a true quarterback battle. So, I think it's a little bit of both. I think you want to put that guy in a situation where he has to answer questions, where he has to talk to the media about how he's playing, about how he's doing, because he is the leader of the team. Whichever one of them is the guy, is the leader of the team. So you want them to be able to represent the program well, and speak well on the program. So yeah, for sure.
Knowshon, this was both of theirs first time kind of going out there. Do you remember your first? Did Rick when Rick sent you out there?
Oh, I thought you were about to say my first ever interview. I remember that
first
one.
ever. Like, well, I mean, when first one at Georgia, when Rick said, "Hey, you gotta go talk to the media."
Oh man, I don't. I can honestly say I don't remember. Honestly,
was that ever something? I mean, did you just dread that after practice, or how did both of you guys kind of look at that when you had to go speak to the media? After practice?
Yeah, we did have to go all the way over there to the basketball arena. Sometimes.
Oh, that was true. Yeah,
remember that one? We had to go talk to them. I think before the game. I remember we had to go do that one. But yeah, the ones after, I can remember those the most, honestly. When you had to go over there to the stadium, answer a couple questions, I kind of dreaded it because you had to take that time to go all the way over there to do that. I'm like, man, dang. But it was what it was. You built a kind of relationship with some of those reporters, and you just do what you got to do.
Absolutely, TK.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you like he hit on a high note right there. Like you build a relationship with some cats, especially for the cats that are there day in and day out, like Roddy, Nabosi, him, a bunch of them, all the UGA sports guys. So I mean, Dash, yeah. I mean, you build a rapport with cats. You build a relationship with them, and then it carries on. You never know. You might be working beside their ass.
For real.
There you go. Look at you guys. They're here on the UGASports network. So, yeah, it is interesting to see. I think that you saw a very confident Carson Beck in that press conference. I think he's been a guy, this is his fourth year in the program. He's been waiting. He's had opportunities. Listen, he had the opportunity to kind of take the ball and run with it that week of the UAB game 2 years ago when JT Daniels went down, but Stetson outplayed him in practice. It was the situation, was a little bit big for him. He didn't do as well in practice that week. But I think part of this deal is handling the media shows, okay, how am I going to exude that confidence? How am I going to represent my team? How am I going to, kind of send messages to my teammates through the media? Did you guys ever, whether it was a coach speaking or one of your quarterbacks, especially in the NFL, I mean, Knowshon with Peyton Manning, I can imagine he did this and Eli Manning too, TK. I can imagine they might send a little message maybe to the team, through the media about like what they're saying, like how they talk about certain stuff. Did you guys ever pick up on any of that kind of stuff going throughout the league and college and all that?
I mean, I can't pinpoint a specific time, but I mean, I'm sure there have been instances where something, not even but anybody, a leader of our defense in New York or something, says something. JPP or somebody says something to kind of get somebody going, something like that for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Knowshon?
Yeah.
Did you not care, Knowshon? Did you just not pay attention to what anybody said in the media?
Well, here we go. So first off, the quarterbacks. I mean, I think it's just them building reps. Kirby, I mean, sending out who's supposed to be, the leaders of the team. It's the quarterbacks, you know what I mean? So building reps, going out there talking to the media because they're going to be in the spotlight anyway when the season comes. And why not just start it now anyway? And those are the two leaders. But going to talking about, the NFL, and if players, use the media to kind of send a message to the rest of the team. I couldn't tell you. You hit it right on the head, Blaine. I never really listened to anything. I mean, I didn't watch ESPN. I didn't watch any of those things unless I thought that thing was going to be da-na-na. I was like, ooh, I gotta let me get to the tape. Let me go see what they got out there. But other than that, I really didn't pay attention. And, Peyton, if he has something to say to you, he'll just come to you and say it in your face. So I love that about him.
I got you. I guess the only reason you would ever notice if somebody really messed up, said something they shouldn't have said in the media.
Right.
Did that ever happen? Did that ever happen to your time playing where a coach like got on to somebody or addressed something like, why did you say that out there in front of those media members? Like, or did they address that with y'all kind of in the beginning of like, training camp being like, hey, this is how we do things. This is what we don't say.
Yeah. I mean, every team, I think, across the nation does media training, does some type of media training. in college and definitely 100% in the league. But I'm sure, and 100% you've seen some outbursts from folks. I'm sure they've gotten backlash from, the higher ups in their organization.
Yeah, I mean, I can't pinpoint exactly when it happened, but Josh McDaniels would put that thing up in the meeting in the team meeting room in the beginning of the day. Like, look at this guy. Look how he, you know what I mean? He'll blame it out and point it out right away. But
and that's not even practice film. That's people in like press conferences. He's like, look what this fool said.
Well, if you say something, he might leave the quote up there. Like, if you say something, you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's not for the media. You got to keep some of this stuff in-house, especially when you're about to face an opponent and you kind of give away your strategy or something. Like, nah, don't do that, young buck.
Absolutely. So good, valuable, kind of a competition inside of the competition here with Beck and Vandergriff. Listen, I think that, from everything we've been hearing, Beck has the most command of this offense, is very smooth, but, Vandergriff's extremely talented, maybe the most talented, like raw talented guy in the entire room. Has a big arm, can move pretty well. And, we'll see what G-Day is going to look like. What are you guys, I can't remember specifically. I know Knowshon early on in your career was kind of before Stafford had established himself. Right. And then TK, I think Aaron Murray kind of was in a battle early on in your career too. What is it like being a Georgia player and seeing these two guys, a couple guys compete for that starting job? How does that kind of feel going into G-Day? Does that make those guys, can you tell they're on a little edge because they know that's a big day for them?
Yeah, for sure. I can remember, Murray and Mettenberger. That quarterback battle was pretty fierce. It was two super talented quarterbacks, obviously, both very successful in their own rights. But yeah, I can remember those guys being extremely, honed in. But having those real game day butterflies, because it is a showcase for them. It is their opportunity their biggest opportunity in front of their fans, to showcase, the work that they put in all spring. So yeah, there's definitely nerves there, but it's exciting. I think for the fans, it's definitely exciting. Right now, it's an exciting time because it's new. You know what I'm saying? We're getting to see something new. And like you said, as you mentioned, both of these two cats are two talented ass young fellas too. So very, very exciting times at Georgia, I think, still.
Doesn't help when you got to replace that legend, does it? The GOAT over there.
Tell who? He's still.
Oh man, but Knowshon, for real, with what you had going on. No, I'm talking about these guys replacing Stetson. Is what I'm saying.
That thing went right over my head, You better stop.
No, I'm talking about these cats replace. Now, listen, we can say what we want about Stetson, but obviously Stetson's the most winningest quarterback ever in Georgia history in terms of national championships. So these guys do have a kind of that burden on them a little bit to go produce. But Knowshon, what were your memories of the quarterback battle at Georgia? Like when you were there, did G-Day? How did G-Day feel a little bit bigger when the quarterback role wasn't decided yet?
Hold on. Before you say anything, this was Joe Tereshinski.
Yeah.
Man.
And then Joe Cox.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford didn't start right away.
No, he did.
It was Joe T, right?
Yeah, Joe T started that thing. You got to give, and he was a senior or probably maybe even a year after that. I don't know. That boy was old, it seemed like to me coming into high school.
Joe T reminded me, y'all remember very Odd Parents or something? Well, nigga, he looked like the Crimson Chin out there, man. That dude had a square jaw too, right? He was a strapping dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they had to, give him the opportunity.
Strength coach.
Yeah, they had to give him the shot. You know what I'm saying? But we knew what it was with Stafford. Once Stafford got in there, it was going to be stats all day. But yeah, I mean, that was an awesome day. Just like what TK said, you finally get out there in front of the fans. Kind of can go out there and showcase what you can do, you know what I mean? Hear the roar of the crowd and kind of get a feel what game day is going to be like, you know what I mean? Me coming from Jersey, I didn't know what it was going to be like. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Let's go out there and compete. Every day is just as a day to get better and to go out there and compete, right? So I wanted to go out there and just showcase what we can do. And not only that, I mean, we had steaks up for it. I mean, right?
Yeah.
We had it was weenies or steaks or something like that, right?
It was like, what was it?
The
beans
beanie weenies.
Beans and weenies?
Yeah, beanie weenies are the steaks. That's what Rick did all the time over there.
Like, bro, come on now.
Alex Page got a question for you guys. TK and Knowshon, would y'all have been cool with having a joint practice with another college and still having G-Day during the spring, or scrimmage another team in place of G-Day? So would you rather have like had a actual scrimmage on G-Day either at your stadium or at, like, let's say you face somebody like Georgia State, or like maybe even a Mercer comes in, or somebody that's an in-state college, but you're getting to face somebody different? Would you have been cool with something like that instead of doing G-Day?
Yeah, I think I'd have been cool with something like that. I mean, obviously G-Day is dope. It's an opportunity for the fans to get to view, the upcoming team. But shit, at some point throughout spring training, I get tired of going against Brandon Boykin every day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that shit would be dope. To be able to go to play another team. As far as like that like practicing somebody all the way, like in the league, like how you do the joint practice and then you play their ass on Sunday. I don't like that shit. I done gave this man all my sauce all week. Now you got to see it on Sunday. No. Just get it on Sunday, my boy.
Next time you having to do the same blitz pickup versus those guys all week, and then they come on Sunday.
CTK hit it right there. He did it again. Y'all both were doing it. All right, so yeah, I would have liked it in college. I don't know about practicing with them, but we had a different mindset in college. It might have been like, let's smack these dudes all day, in practice, and we can get in the team meeting room and be like, yay, yay. You know what I mean? From someone pancaking someone or someone running someone over. Because we did it versus our own team, but it would have been even wilder versus another team, right? So I think I would have enjoyed it in college, just being able to smack another team up. And then on that, I don't know what you would call it, G-Day game, the crowds would be bigger because fans from that team would be coming in, fans from Georgia, would be coming for the Bulldogs. So the crowd would be bigger, and I'm right with you, TK. I wouldn't have liked it in the league, and thank goodness I never did do it in the league because I would have been fighting every day. Because people would be like, I think people are trying to make the team. Be fighting.
Well, the reason Alex is asking that is because Hugh Freeze at Auburn brought up that idea. He said, hey, we ought to be like, Auburn should play UAB for our spring game, and Alabama should play Alabama State, or they should play Troy or somebody like that.
I like the concept.
Yeah, I think it's a cool idea, because here's the thing: you're going to a 12-team playoff. So what do we want to see with the 12-team playoff? That means probably SEC teams, if you schedule really good teams in your regular season, a 2 or 3 loss team has a shot of making the playoff now where they didn't before. So if you replace some of these FCS opponents and stuff like that and actually play them in the spring where you can still pay them and they can still get money for their school, I think it's kind of best of both worlds. So, yeah, the interesting concept there. Knowshon, a couple backs right here I wanted to ask you about. Listen, Kendall Milton, Dejan Edwards, they're banged up. Don't know how much we'll see them on G-Day. What are you looking to see out of Branson Robinson and Roderick Robinson? You see Big Rod standing there making Dell, he's making him look a little small right there now. Roderick's standing about 6'2", and then of course we know what Big Branson can do. What are you wanting to see out of those guys as guys who are really looking to carve out their role? Maybe compare it to what going into your second G-Day game was like.
Yeah, man, this is going to be, like I said, another opportunity for them to go out there and compete. We've already seen what Branson can do a little bit. Now he's just going to have the opportunity to really go out there like every game, and you're going to get your shot. You feel me? So that's great for him. And Roderick, man, he's going to. I mean, you're going to have the butterflies going, but I just assume that he's going to be so excited to just be out there in front of people. You know what I mean? Show them what he can do and go out there and just run some people.
This man was in high school. This man was in high school like 4 months ago. You know, like
right.
So he's an early enrollee. Did either one of y'all do early enrollee, or did y'all do that?
Yeah, I did. So I got there in January. Yeah,
and then you played in your first G Day about 3 months later, 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah, well, I didn't play. I had a banged up knee. But yeah, I was there. I was balling too. I was having a good ass.
Yeah, I don't think I got there. I don't even remember. But yeah, man. I just think, I just want to see them running hard, man. You know what I mean? Show them hands a little bit, catching the ball at the backfield. I know, they're not going to be picking up too many blitzes. And if they do, I mean, it ain't going to be too crazy. They're going to just keep it super vanilla, I feel like, in this game. They always do anyway. Just want to see guys go out there and compete and ball out. So I think it's going to be a good day for the backs. But, it is a tough situation with the other two backs because the hamstring, you can't rush that. You know what I mean? So they might be out for a minute.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a lot of the walk-on running backs in this game too. Cash Jones is a guy out of Texas that is really fast. He can do some stuff. Savon Clark is a guy from Dawson County, TK, so another North Georgia boy. He went to Dawson County and he's been there. This is either fourth or fifth year in the program, so he's been around and he can help them out. He's actually gotten some carries before, hey, Savon Clark, he was getting carries in the national championship game because they were just beating TCU like a drum. So, I'm sure you'll see some of those guys get some run too.
Yeah.
Report that we got over on UGA Sports from some of our people over there. Of course, Roddy Dash do a great job kind of keeping everybody up to date on some stuff. Dane was throwing some notes in there. But hearing a lot of really good things about Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint, TK, how he's just so solid now. He's emerging as a leader. You kind of know what you're getting out of him. I've called him, multiple times over our show the last few months that he's a chain mover. He's not a guy who's going to blow the top off, but he's reliable on those when you got to have him situations. I wanted you to just talk about, that growth you've seen in him, and then also, being an experienced guy in the wide receiver room, especially with some of these transfers and young cats coming in.
Yeah, obviously. If you watched Pro Day, he was a guy that stood out, and he's not even, somebody just going. He made a lot of plays, a lot of great catches in that. Routes look very fluid, very smooth, even more so than they did in the season. So you can tell that he's been working. Now. So that's exciting. And then, emerging as a leader, that's super cool because he gets to do that, one, alongside Ladd McConkey, but two, you could see that happening for him last year. There were moments, you called him a chain mover. There were moments and plays last year where not just moments and plays, but big moments and big plays.
That Tennessee catch in the end zone.
Big moments and big plays that you can see, this kid has it, like things like that. And I talk about it all the time at the receiver position. Big moments, when you make a big play in a big moment, it just does something for your confidence. And you can see that just oozing out of this kid, and you can see that oozing out of this kid in Pro Day. So I'm excited to hear that. I'm excited that he's emerging as a leader, and you've got new guys coming in. So hopefully, and if you're hearing that he's emerging as a leader, that just means that he's embracing those guys around him and making them better. So I'm super excited. And that's what you do as a leader, as a leader of a receiver unit. So I'm excited about that. It's great news because I feel like Ladd McConkey is one of those guys you could throw in there as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Knowshon, Rosemy-Jacksaint is also a guy who, he just mangled his leg, like broke his leg terribly in 2020 in that Florida game. Actually scored a touchdown and just broke his leg in that game.
Like pro style.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah. But you've had to come back from an injury before. So is it possible that, like Andy Stowe pointed out here in the comments, that hey, he's about 2.5 years removed from that broken leg? Is it possible that Marcus Rosemy-Jacksaint is just now really mentally getting in a space where he's really confident in everything,
Oh, of course, man. And that's the biggest part when you're coming from a major injury like that, man. It's building that confidence and saying, all right, bro, I can just let it loose and not baby it, you know what I mean? Because that's going to come with it, you know what I mean? It's human nature. You're not going to go crazy on it unless you're Adrian Peterson that came back in like 3 months and he was running crazy. I'm like, Adrian, what in the world, bro? Where did he go?
I'm about to say Adrian.
Where did he go to get his surgeries? I mean, I think we went to the same person. So anyway, he's just a freak. But that'd be crazy. But yeah, man, it's just building that confidence back up. So yeah, it could have taken him this long, and it's great to see that he's finally been like, all right, bro, it's time to go out there and ball and do what we got to do. So it's great to see.
Well, speaking of somebody building confidence, it hasn't taken true freshman Lawson Lucky long to build up some confidence. We talked about this man in the offseason, like saying, hey, he could be a guy who could help out early with Georgia, you know, as much 12 personnel as they've done in the past and stuff like that. Well, dude buddy had a 60-yard touchdown catch in the scrimmage. People were reporting. I mean, he's getting the moniker thrown around, Baby Bowers out there. He's looking a little bit like Brock out there. That's some high praise. You know, the physicality, I think, is what they're pointing out a lot too. He's 6'4", 250, or 6'4", 240 as a freshman coming in here. That is that's you know, a lot of size to have literally just been a senior in high school, and he's already Todd Hartley looks like he's brought in another one, guys.
Yeah, shout out to my man Todd over
there.
Yeah,
shout out all day, bro. That's my dude right there.
Shout out Todd Hartley. That's our dog. And then shout out Lawson Lucky, man, because I said it before about this kid. You talk about his route running and his big play ability, but one thing that's probably been mentioned is his blocking ability. Like, the kid is a freak. He's a freak physically, but you could tell in just those aspects of his game that he loves football. And that's what you want. Like, you want kids that love the game. So hearing that praise is awesome. Hearing the Baby Bowers praise is awesome. I know the kid can run routes. I've seen it. I've worked him out before. He's worked with me before. He can run routes, get in and out of that thing like no burger. So I mean, he's very gifted. So I'm excited to pair him with the Brock Bowers, man. It's dope. It's dope that Todd. Keep rigging him in, Todd.
You're doing this thing, bro. I mean,
Knowshon, how big is it too? I wanted to ask you, how big is it too? You know, his dad and his dad's two brothers, the Lucky triplets, you know, they played at Georgia. So like, that's just got to be a cool thing, playing where his dad did.
Oh, for sure, man. You got some pride, you know what I mean? You got some tradition that you've seen since you were this big, you know what I'm saying? So that's awesome to see. And then it just shows you his worth ethic, you know, off the field too. I mean, he ain't come in at 240. He only came in like 220. So he's working in that weight room as well. And it's showing out there on the field. But shoot, it makes me think that, man, we got another weapon we don't even really have to use this year. Let's go ahead and let him get better for a whole year. You know, maybe let him get a taste.
I don't think they're going to be able to help from using him. And from what I'm hearing, how good he looks.
But you might not even have to, you know what I'm saying? Which is the scary part, is what I'm saying. So,
you're right. Like, think about it. We just talked about the receiver room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just talked about, you know, Rosemary Jackson. We hadn't even spent much time this episode on Lovett and Ra Thomas, who, I mean, there's so many weapons, Knowshon. You're exactly right.
Yeah, man. So that's the scary thing. And that's great to see, man. And they'll just keep on getting better. So let's see, bro.
I think defensively, this is what I'm looking forward to the most, is which one of these corners plays the best opposite of Kamari Lassiter, right? So Kamari Lassiter, in my opinion, even with Keely Ringo possibly still being a first-round draft pick and stuff like that, I think Kamari Lassiter was Georgia's best corner all year. Like, I think he was just really good, really physical, played tight coverage. You got Dalen Everett and Julian Humphrey. Look at him. He's wearing that Uno Dos over there, TK. Julian Humphrey is.
It looks sexy. He's just smooth, huh?
Julian Humphrey can scoot now. I mean, he was, I believe, I think he was like a 10-2 guy in the 100-meter. Like, he can fly. Like, he can really go. He's a 4.3 laser 40 time. So, you know, he's really showing some promise. He's a redshirt freshman. So is Dalen. Dalen may have played enough special teams to not have a red shirt, but he was kind of that next guy in if something would have happened. So they kind of assume it's his job over there, but Julian Humphrey pushing him a little bit. So TK is a guy who played receiver. What are you looking out of these corners on G-Day? What do you want to see to kind of help separate, who's going to step up in that cornerback battle?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think off the top, just on paper, I think the receivers have the upper hand right now. But
it's so deep though.
Yeah,
it's so deep.
Yeah, super deep. So we I mean, there's obviously holes to fill, but I'm looking to see if they can, stay one, if they can track the hips, stay in phase, obviously, and then even bigger than that, if they can just do. If they can scheme wise, if they can just do what's asked of them scheme wise, no bust, no MAs, no missed assignments. If they can do that, I think that's a big key. I think that's a big thing because obviously they can play. If they wouldn't be on this squad for sure. So we'll see, man. I'm excited. They got the best coaches, defensive coaches in the land, coaching them up. So
I'm telling you. I mean, for me, honestly, I'm excited to see some of these young cats ball out because you're gonna see a lot of the young ones, if they're there early enough, pretty much ball out. You know what I mean? Is go out there and show what you can do on the big stage, like AJ Harris. That's the first person I think of. And my safety, our safety, TK.
Oh yeah,
Jonell,
Jonell's got it. I heard Muschamp speak earlier this spring at a little event, and he said that Jonell had got to get in shape a little bit. Like, he's got to come in there and make sure he's ready to roll. But I'm sure that was very early on, mat drills and all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
I'm sure it's different now with the spring game.
Oh yeah, for sure, definitely. It's gonna get you in shape no matter what. As long as you're there, you're gonna be in shape.
Yeah.
But so I'm excited to see some of these young cats honestly get their opportunity to go out there and show what they can do.
And it's not just at corner either. You're replacing Chris Smith on the back end at safety. Guys like David Daniel here, David Daniel Sissavon. This man almost got thrown out, ejected from a game for targeting but they overturned it late in the playoffs there. But he's a hard hitting safety, a guy, Dan Jackson.
Yeah. I was about to say Dan.
He's coming back.
Dan's back, so I think that's big. That does a lot. He's a guy that's played on that back end, done a lot of chirping, communicating back there. So I think that helps a little bit. But still, I'm gonna give the upper hand to the good fellas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That offense is going to be crazy. I mean, goodness gracious.
No doubt.
The quarterbacks don't have no excuses now. If you ain't balling, you out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got a good point.
Quickly.
You got a great point.
I think whoever the quarterback is at Georgia this year is going to have just an embarrassment of riches. Like you said, it's going to be it's ridiculous. Like there's ample playmakers to get the ball to. You just got to distribute that thing effectively and avoid turning the ball over. All right. Now, I did want to talk about this. All right. In the Masters, we're going to flip the script to the Masters.
Are we flipping it to?
Hey, we're talking about Augusta. Georgia golf, a record 8 dogs are going to be in Augusta this year.
That's awesome.
It is going to be – I don't know that any of them – the odds are that great on them. We'll have to check all that out. But when we're talking about over there, hey, 8 Georgia Bulldogs are going to be represented. Wanted to give you guys kind of heads up on who's going to be in there. So I'm sure everybody in here, even if you're not a big golf guy, you turn that thing on once a year. You're watching the Masters because it's just iconic event you got to watch. So Keith Mitchell. No, not the running back. We got Keith Mitchell, the golfer, is in here. He's actually got the best odds to win the Masters out of all the Georgia players, plus 9,000 to win. He's got one PGA career win, and he's 55th in the FedEx. So guys at plus 9,000. If you could, me and TK can't do it. We bet that legal in Georgia. You might be able to throw some shekels down out there, Knowshon. You might be able to. I don't know if Colorado can or not.
I think so.
Yeah, I can tell you some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
we place our bets through Knowshon over here. That's what we'll do.
I could throw you some. I could put something on it.
Okay.
I got
so plus 9,000. Keith Mitchell, he's had a couple top 10s this year. We'll see how he does. Russell Henley. Listen, I was looking up Russell Henley. This man, Russell Henley, has over $29 million in career earnings on the PGA Tour. So he's made a nice little living for himself. Currently 28th in the FedEx rankings. He'll be out there for PGA career wins plus 13,000. I think he was 2011. TK, did you know Russell Henley when he was out there?
Russell's good dude, bro. Russell good people. Harris English was another guy that was around when I was there. Dope fellas.
Chris Kirk, great story. He's been very open about his, troubles with alcoholism and all that kind of stuff, and has come back from it. Won an event this year. He's got 5 career wins. He's up in the 20-something million in terms of earnings and stuff too. Currently 7th in the FedEx standings. So this could be a big thing for him. The Masters, depending on how if he could end up with a top 10 finish, something like that. But hey, he's been hot. He's had some top 10s and already won an event. Knowshon, he might be a sleeper. Might be a guy to look out for.
Yeah, maybe. This is the time to go out there and show it, man. So maybe.
Absolutely. Lefty, got old lefty Brian Harmon is going to be in there. Plus 18,000 to win. 2 career PGA wins and 26th in the FedEx. And then it comes to old Bubba.
Ooh, Bubba.
He has 2 Masters wins to his credit. Now, he's very controversial right now because he's with Live Golf and all that's going on. But Bubba had a hole-in-one today and that was a pretty nasty one, Knowshon. You like we got to talk about that.
Oh yeah, we had to, man. It was crazy today with all the hole-in-ones going on.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It was berserk, but it was great to see that we got a Georgia guy on there doing it. You know what I mean? Kind of saying, we do it over there at the Live, over there with Live, and we come back and do it over here. That's what he was saying.
Bubba, he bounced it. One bounce hit the pin straight down into the hole. So he got to hit it off the backboard, so to speak, over there. But
that was crazy.
DK, I mean, just that left-handed swing and how he kind of can mold shots. That one he hit from the pine straw back the first time he won, where he curved it like all the way around the dog leg there. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah, bro. I mean, golf is a crazy sport. The way that they're able to maneuver the ball, bro, and shape shots. It's incredible. And he's one of the best at doing that. So hopefully, man, with 8 of those guys in there, man, hopefully we can get somebody. We can get somebody to finish strong.
Yeah, Harris English, like you were talking about, plus 25,000 to win. 4 career PGA wins. He's got a few top 10s on this year already. 41st in the PGA, and then the newest dog on the tour, Sepp Straka. I think he was 2015, 2016, graduated from Georgia. He's got one career PGA win. He's from Austria. This man came all the way from Austria to Athens. So making the trip overseas, and now he's doing his thing on the tour. And then big kid, Kevin Kisner, probably the most proud.
My name on my bag.
Listen, he's probably the most proud Georgia Bulldog, I would say, on the tour. He's always repping. He's been on College Game Day, done stuff like that. Not having the greatest year. Okay, 182nd in the FedEx standings right now. But listen, this is opportunity. His home state. Maybe he can go turn it around. So wanted to talk about those guys a little bit. But overall, we gotta. Since it is Masters Week, we thought it was only appropriate if we showed y'all a little bit of our golf game a little bit. This was TK's idea. He's like, we got to put our swing up there. And let people. This is TK. Tee it up. We all said we got to use driver. Got to go with number 1. So here's TK. Go ahead in the comments and throw your comments in here on old TK's swing.
Smoked. Damn. Great ball.
Little buttercut, nice little fade on that thing.
Yeah. Fading it up. Now,
I tell you what, the fit. Hold on, don't go too fast, man. Hold on, let me see something. First of all, the fit. I like the fit. Smooth.
You remember Polly said I'll be putting that shit.
But hey, that boy fit was looking nice. You know what I'm saying? The course was looking beautiful. I mean, which I think the handicap is, right? That's what they need to be doing over there.
Yeah.
What's my handy?
What do you think about TK swing and what the handicap is, all that kind of stuff?
I like it though. It sounded good too.
Yeah, it was.
Did sound good. Did sound good. Let's see what we got here. It said club head speed had to be up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that looked pretty solid. Nailed that ball.
Hit the hell out of that thing.
So here.
First swing in a couple of days.
I love it. First swing in a couple of days. No, it's qualifying that thing, but you see the setup to him, man. No, he sends me that video, TK, and I said, okay, I hear you, big dog. You're big timing us with the sim down in the basement now.
Cooking it. Don't worry, hey, Uniker. I know who you are.
Right.
I need that too. In my right over there. I need it too. But no, hey, you got the data on that thing. How far you hit that thing?
That was on it. That was a 250. It was real light, and I was surprised because I saw real light. So
all right,
Jones talking about first swing of it. Yo, get out of here.
My fault.
That's hilarious. All right, so then I've told TK and Knowshon I haven't played golf. My son is 7 years old, so I haven't played in about 7 years. Got a little slice to it. My baseball days hurt me now. My baseball days hurt me bad.
Hey, we out here. We out here. We playing next week.
That didn't look bad, but let me say, it looked. I love it. The hips came through. This is what I'm really thinking, though. I thought everyone said first swing, just go out there and do it. This man had the earbuds in, the glasses. He was out there practicing before he took that one.
Yo, but here's where that went down. I didn't have any video of myself, so what I did was I had an hour for lunch. I drove over to the golf course, set my phone on the ground, hit a shot, and then went and got lunch.
That was the first shot. Ooh.
That was the first.
That was my first one. That was
Well, you were playing around, so you broke all kinds of rules.
Shit.
Hey, Alex, don't be trying to. Hey, don't hate on me, Alex. You know, I'm trying to do a little something. I know you probably golf.
Hey, it's a lot of fun. But speaking of which, okay, overall, who's going to be your Masters pick this week? Doesn't have to be a dog. Right. But who do you like? It. I think we had the betting favorites up there. Obviously. Scotty Scheffler's up there. Roy McIlroy trying to complete the Grand Slam. Listen, who we thinking? Who you like?
Rory will get the granny if
he'll have the career Grand Slam.
Dang, that's cool. That's interesting. I wonder if it's his time. You know, I wonder if it's his time. But for me, ain't nobody playing better golf right now than Scotty Scheffler, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No. We're talking about another guy that got a hole in one today.
Yeah, exactly. Like nobody's playing better, bro, than Scotty.
Some guy got 2 hole-in-ones back to back today.
Oh, yeah. Bro,
back to back on the party. Listen, I'll tell you a guy who is really starting to play better after he's been out for a long time, like in terms of out of contention and stuff like that. 2 guys that I think I would like to see, make the comeback. I'll tell you who I think, but 2 guys I think that I would like to see make a comeback: Jordan Spieth and Jason Day. I think both of those are kind of working their way back into form. I'm going to go out there. He's the 5th best odds to win. I'm going to say Jordan Spieth makes his return back to playing really good golf and wins it. That's going to be my pick. So I know you got Scotty Scheffler. I got Jordan Spieth. Knowshon, who you taking?
No, I like Rory. I mean, I feel like he's just been playing so well this year. I watched a couple of matches, and he was just been out there smacking. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago when he drove the green on a par 4, just getting it up there, man. He's been hitting it solid. So if I had to go for someone, I'm going for Rory.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all need to get in touch with the Classic City Collective, Darren, saying y'all need to put together an event where you invite fans to participate, and the fee could go to the collective.
Yeah. So. Run it up, Darren. Give us a call, Darren.
I'm there.
Darren, you're the chairman of that event. We're gonna set you up.
You talking golf? I think I'll be there.
Yeah, team up, me too. Hey, we there. We on the same team.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
Absolutely. So, guys, we've made our Masters picks. We've talked about Georgia's spring ball. Now we're going to introduce to everybody here a little something that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Hold on. I got the wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, took us off. He said, forget y'all.
A lot of fun SEC uniform tournament. And Knowshon gave me the idea for the bracket. So what we've done is we've gone with the SEC standings. So LSU and Georgia get a bye. And we went the 2 seed versus the 7 on each side down at the bottom, 4 versus 5 up top, 3 versus 6 in the middle. So what we're going to do is all week we're going to let you guys. I'm going to put a poll on Twitter. We're going to put a thing out on Facebook. I'm going to put it on the dog vent. We're going to let you guys vote on uniform combinations head to head. So you'll be voting either Ole Miss or Arkansas. You'll be voting either Mississippi State, Auburn, Alabama, Texas A&M. And then we're going to go through the bracket. So over the next 4 weeks, and listen, obviously, this is UGA Sports Channel. So we know that everybody could just blindly probably go, but we're asking you to put your dog-colored glasses aside a little bit and just let's look at the uniform. I want you to get meticulous with it. Is there something Georgia did differently? Super meticulous.
Like when I was looking at it today, I was like, man, some people just do the same old, and then and then I was thinking like, man, those jerseys are hard. Like look at the alternates too now. There's some stuff out there.
Man.
Yeah, no, there is some stuff out there. But I've got the matchups we're going to preview. Obviously, like I said, the 1 seeds, Georgia with those classic reds, the silver breeches, LSU. Listen,
they have more. Remember, they have more, right?
LSU has a lot more, but I'm just telling you, LSU's white jerseys, okay, are some of the cleanest jerseys you will find out there.
Listen, hold on. That white and the purple hat, they go crazy when they do that.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff. It's interesting there, but they both get a bye, so you won't be voting on those. You can also, after the show is over with, you can also put your votes in the comments. So if you want to go ahead and put your votes in the comments off the bracket, we'll do that as well. But social media is probably going to be the best place, or on the dog vent. So the first matchup we'll have is Ole Miss versus Arkansas. Listen, Arkansas is pretty clean too, in that white on white with the dark red helmets. That's pretty good, but those powder blues are tough now.
Powder blues is nasty, bro. Baby powder. Yeah, those are pretty sexy. Arkansas, I mean, all white anything. Darren, you on to some stuff tonight, Darren. Talking about some please, Kirby, wear the white jerseys. Yeah, I'm with that. The white on white smooth. That would be smooth for us too. But the powder blues. I'm with the powder blues.
Knowshon, if you were going to give the edge in this matchup, who would you be picking?
Man, listen, when I look at that whole bracket, it's like some matches are like, man, that's tough. Like, why are we doing that? You want my real answer on these two right here? I mean, them powder blues go crazy, and they got all kinds of different combinations. And you know what I like about Ole Miss? They'll change the stripe on you. They might go a white jersey with a blue stripe, or with a red stripe, like for the home. You know what I mean? Jersey, and then the way they get freaky with it.
And they got that. I like that. You said, Alex. You said the Ole Miss powder blue jerseys are with the blue hat, white hat. They got a white hat that's hard too.
Yeah, and they do the American riding. Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, they do some
they
cool
go
stuff.
Crazy. They go crazy.
Another first round matchup. We got Mississippi State in their different uniform combinations versus Auburn. Listen, I'm not a big orange guy, right? But
okay.
I will have to say this. I think Auburn's orange is just subtle enough where it really pops in that uniform, and I like how those uniforms look a lot. If I was gonna be voting, I'd vote Auburn with the upset in this one because they're technically the lower seed, from their place in the standings last year. What do you guys think about this matchup?
Yeah, I think Mississippi State's got some colder unis.
I like their all white. I couldn't find a good picture of all white with the red hats or the maroon hats. I think
I think Mississippi State gets the edge for me because they do have a matte joint that goes hard, like a matte helmet. It goes hard. Auburn is just, again, like I said, when you do the same thing all the time, like it's just kind of like, I don't know. I need some sauce.
Yeah.
No, exactly. Well, both of these. And Chris, I saw you with the Arkansas. Taylor. Yeah, Taylor. I saw him with the Arkansas font, Jones. He said the Arkansas font is fire, and I agree with him on that one. The font is great. This matchup, these are two teams that I like the least. I feel like, really, honestly,
it's tough
because you talked about it, TK. Alabama. Auburn, they just do the same thing. It's just those two. It's the blues and the whites. You feel me? And then Mississippi State, they do have that charcoal or something, right? What is it?
Yeah,
it's like a charcoal gray, color or something. Yeah, gray color. So I would have to give them that. Just because they switch it up with that one different one. So I have to go with Mississippi on this one, Mississippi State.
So
that's a crazy one.
This is a tough one. You got. Listen, those Alabama whites are clean now. And I know you said white on white, anything pretty much. But, man, the simplicity, I think when Alabama's good, like they've been good under Nick Saban, there's nothing better than showing up in a really plain uniform, just really traditional, kind of just crisp, neat look. And just
man, you hear this guy?
I can't take it.
Leave Blaine alone. I
cannot take it. Blaine. Ain't nothing cool about that right there, man.
I love it.
They just like the same thing forever.
I like it.
Forever, man. No.
That's the football coach in me coming out where I'm like, listen, I just want to show up in a clean uniform, everybody look the same, and go out and beat somebody's tail. That's how I used to view it at high school and stuff.
That's great and all, but look good, feel good. Look good, feel good, and these kids want the sauce, man. Because look,
Alabama ain't changing now.
I'm not saying they listen. They ain't. They are what they are. That's great for them. That's why Texas A&M get the edge because they got the gray unis and they got some more sauce.
Yeah, man. These are another two teams. Like, if I had to choose, Alabama's up there with some of like the least favorite. I can't dig Alabama's jerseys. I would have to give the edge to Texas A&M because once again, going back to Taylor, the font, bro.
Yeah,
I
like the. Have you seen the Texas A&M where they've got the two white stripes on their shoulder that when it comes over, they don't on this jersey, but those are pretty cool too.
Yeah, you look at my fault.
I was just saying, check out the Onyx joint too, but go ahead, my fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you look at Alabama's jerseys, it's like, well, who's playing? Like, if you never watched football before and you looked at their jersey and looked at their units, you wouldn't even know
what's going on with your microphone there, Knowshon.
Can you hear me now?
It's kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Don't tell me that. Tell me now.
Nah, I can hear you great.
Oh, okay. Well, I like Texas A&M fine, and like I said, you look at Alabama, you wouldn't know what team that is if you just look at them, because they don't have nothing that really symbolizes Alabama except that sometimes do they wear the 8 on the helmet?
No, they always go with the number. So
man, that's crazy, man.
Now look at this. We're moving over to the East.
Why would you do this?
This is tough. This is a tough one.
A matchup of the Blues. Listen, I like Auburn. I like Auburn's orange, like I said, because it's subtle. I think Florida is too much orange. I don't like that orange hat. I don't like it. Okay. If I was voting here, I would have to go with Kentucky. Not only do I like the blue helmets, but I like some people are going to call me, I like the chrome helmets. I like when they go to the chrome helmet look, and they've got they
wore them against us,
black in their jerseys and things like that.
Yeah, they wore that combo against us, I think, Blaine. And it was fire. Yeah, that black, this look with the black, with the checkers, homage to the Derby. I think it's fire. Kentucky, for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, going Kentucky. They I mean, this is a tough matchup as well, man. I can't wait to see what the polls come up with. Because I mean, Florida switches it up with the top and bottom. They might go orange, pants with with a different color, with a white top, this and that. They might go double orange on them. I understand, but Kentucky, man, I love the checkers on the shoulders. Then they might hit you with the black, with the blue right here, with the black helmet. Yeah. I mean, they clean. They clean. I got to go Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky has a good kind of assortment of uniforms, I think.
Yeah.
All right, you got the Gamecocks versus the Missouri Tigers here. I know which one Knowshon's going to go with.
Well, I hope not. Look how stank Brady Cook look right there. He looked like he threw that ball like Uncle Rico.
Over the mountains. Over there.
I can't take it. Yo, look at him.
Yo, you disrespectful. I mean, South Carolina, they have a gray color as well, right?
They got that all black.
They got the black Jones.
They got all white.
They got y'all sleep on the Missouri Jones is like that, the gold right there. And then they got black as well. You act like Missouri don't got the black. But then the pops of the yellow, they might throw the yellow pants on. Man, and then the different helmets. Tiger, they got the M.
I like the tiger. I do like the white with the tiger on it. The little tiger is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But somebody need to take Brady Cook to swag school or something.
I mean, that's a horrible. First of all,
Drip Academy or something.
Yeah, look at how he looked. Like, Blaine, you did Missouri disrespectful right
I'm just telling you, that's Uncle Rico.
Listen, I don't know. It looks to me like, they were trying to eat like a pretzel and spilled a bunch of mustard on their pants or something. Like, I don't know. I don't necessarily like that. I'd give South Carolina the edge. That garnet and black looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now, the last matchup in the first round is the Creamsicles over there. The Vols taking on Vandy. I'm telling you, Vandy doesn't play too good, but I think Vandy looks pretty good over there. I like the subtlety of that.
But you already told us your secret, man. You don't like orange. It's like, but you ain't looking past. It's just not like the color. Like, I feel like, I don't know. If you don't like the color, you don't like the color.
Yo,
I like muted orange like Auburn has, but this bright orange, I can't even look at it. It's so bright orange. I don't like that.
Let me tell you something. Them Halloween jerseys.
Ooh, the black with the orange on it.
Sir. Ooh, them things fire, boy. Hey, off the chain. I like them.
It's gonna be interesting to see. And remember, people can vote. When they're voting, we're just gonna be putting out, vote for who you think has the best. They can pick any uniform, combination from that team.
I can let them know it's stank.
No, who's
anybody, whatever stank. Somebody gonna have some stanky shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, Vandy, I feel like that gold on gold kind of and that black on gold Jones too. I mean,
so I think it's gonna be fun to see what everybody comes up with. I'm gonna put it on the dog vent. You guys can share it on your Twitter, do a Twitter poll, and we'll we'll combine all the results and stuff like that. Make sure to leave, list out all, and let me put the bracket back up again. If you want to, if you're watching, go ahead and just kind of list out your teams of the first round, who you think would win. You can put those in the comments, and we'll be going through and tabulating all the data, and then we'll have second round matchups next week to talk about. Gonna try to have you a nice guest next week. Had to take it. Listen, we've been lining up some killer guests. We had to take a little break and just kind of be us on the show this week and have some stuff going on.
We gotta make sure y'all like us for us. Shit.
Absolutely. I think everybody likes Knowshon for that golf simulator. There's lots of comments on that. They want to come to Knowshon's house.
Yeah, I like him for that too. Too.
Come on through. Let's get it.
I want to make the flight out to Colorado. Y'all can head on out there. So it's a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. We'll be back next week. We'll see who won the Masters. We'll be on the week of G-Day. So who knows? Knowshon, you may even be coming into town. We might have you in person on this thing next week or something. Who knows?
Hitting them links if I do. So
we out here. Hey, you know your club's in the garage.
Hey, right over there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, for my guy Knowshon and my guy TK, I'm Blaine Gilmer. We will catch you guys next time on Georgia Player Section here on UGASports YouTube channel and podcast platform. Appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.
The best in this sport. Whether you like it or not, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today. Woo!